I'm Alex.
And I'm Kris, and you're watching
Thanks! We Hate It with Alex and Kris. We have rom-coms today.
I know.
And I don't know. I'm just...
Okay, I'm going to start out by saying these are I picked the worst of the ones I've seen. Clearly there are going to probably be even worse ones out there, but I wouldn't know that because this is not my genre at all.
I'm on the same page with Kris here, actually. The list that I have are all movies I've only seen like bits and pieces of, and I kind of had to like piece together and just be like, okay, I remember this part of the movie, I remember that part of the movie, because I just don't watch these movies.
See,
and I can't sit through them, and that's why I only have bits and pieces in my head.
That's what I'm saying. Because of my mom and because of some friends that are into them, I've seen way more than I care to. Yeah. And I also included, at the end, I'm gonna go over 5 that I do like, to prove that it's not just me hating on the genre. It's like, there are some good ones. They're all so bad. Like, there's so many bad.
Similar.
It's so many bad.
Like, not necessarily, like, similar storylines, but, like, similar, like, emotional themes and similar, like, why would you want to...
It's the same story. It's just ridiculous. And when I brought that up to my mom, especially, because she got so mad, because I remember I brought it up to mom, and I was like, look, it's the same every time. Either somebody mistakes somebody for somebody else. Somebody likes somebody that somebody else doesn't like. Somebody, like, it's every time you can, within 10 minutes, you can see where the story's going. Mm-hmm. And my mom's like, well, your stupid horror movies are the same. I'm like, look.
There are hard fucking differences.
Look, lady, at least the kills are different.
I do think that's a little
like, I get her
but...
point. I get her point that it's, slasher, camp, it's like, I get it. That horror has a lot of replication too.
Right.
But it's themes. And I think the themes of rom-coms are just stupid, and that's why I don't like them.
I agree. And it's like, I don't like confronting those feelings either.
Right.
I don't. Like, I'm gonna be real. I actually think that's probably why I don't watch those, and I watch horror movies and I like watching people get ripped apart.
Right.
Because I don't like confronting the feelings that are brought up in rom-coms.
Right.
That's fucking bullshit. Why would I confront those when I can watch somebody, get torn in half?
True. And I'm not saying, like, I've never been a relationship person, so that's also probably why this doesn't stick with me. But it's not that I don't like love. Like, for instance, I'm watching All of Us Are Dead right now, and the kids are all like hooking up, and I'm like rooting them on and shit. Like, it's not like I'm against love. It's just that I'm not a relationship person, so watching movies about people getting into relationships or breaking up, like, that doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah.
You gotta have the zombies with it to get me interested.
You gotta have Shaun of the Dead content. Okay?
For reals.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way where I just don't like I don't want to watch something that I'm experiencing, I guess, is like something that...
Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I know that sounds...
No, I get what you're saying, but...
Where it's like, I don't, like, again, kind of like pedaling back to confronting those feelings. I don't want to be watching something that I'm already having feelings about. I'd rather, like I said, watch somebody get ripped apart, see hordes of zombies, people being in, like, real fear, and, like, doing stupid shit in situations when they're scared. I like that, because I'm not confronting my demons.
Right. But this week is Valentine's Day, so we're doing rom-coms.
Mm-hmm. All right,
number 5.
Okay, number 5, I'm gonna have, She's All That.
I have that, too.
Do you really?
Yep.
Shit.
It's my number 5, though, so it's fine.
Oh, it is your number 5. Look at that.
We'll share that.
I really fucking hate the idea of the ugly duckling, and now all of a sudden, you take off her glasses and put on some mascara, and now all of a sudden everybody fucking loves her.
Right.
Ew!
First of all, she looked way cuter with those glasses. I'm sorry, but I'm clearly into glasses, but I thought she looked way cuter.
I really just hate that fucking narrative so much. Mm-hmm. Like,
the bet, everything.
It's just, okay, not only is it fucking shallow as hell, but now you're gonna fucking traumatize somebody. You're gonna give them the wrong idea that
I can't believe she forgave him. Like, that's just you being young and dumb. Like, an older woman would have been like, get out. Like, get out, you gaslighting son of a bitch. Like, woman. Now I'm gonna say, here's a good version of that trope 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
I do like that movie.
Okay.
That also has a guy dating a girl on a bet. However, that's based on Taming of the Shrew, which is one of the oldest romantic comedies. I don't know. I think it can be done well-ish. Because, let's face it, 10 Things I Hate About You has its issues, too.
Of course.
But
yeah, no, She's All That is just, you know, and another thing that bothers me about films like this is, like, they cast, like, the casting that they do, on purpose, they're gonna obviously pick someone hot. Like, whether or not you dress them up or down to be pretty or ugly or whatever the fuck. You know, it's like you're specifically casting somebody hot either way. And I don't like it.
No.
That's dumb as shit to me. I don't know.
And you can say that, oh, well, they're talking about her personality is too weird for her to be prom queen or whatever. But
don't do that.
She's an artist. She's an artist who didn't want to deal with you asshole rich kids who bet each other whether, you know, like, this isn't Cruel Intentions, guys. Like, what the hell?
Well, and I'm sorry, but, like, I'd rather be, like, a weird art babe than, like, wear beige for the rest of my fucking life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on. Like, it almost kind of, like, demonizes like weird art people, you know what I'm saying? And that's also not a vibe, because there's nothing wrong with being on the right side of weird, and there's nothing wrong with liking psychotic things.
And it also kind of demonizes these rich kids too, because not all, you know, rich pretty popular kids are like that either. So it's but every single rich kid was like that until, and even Freddie Prinze's character until he got with Lainey, and then it's just.
Fuck that movie.
It's just a whole big mess. I think they tackled it better in Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, yes. I've seen bits and pieces of it. But
oh my god, that movie is insane. Like, I want to tell a quick story. When I was 16, I think that movie came out. Like, I was in my teens. And it was my dad on weekends. We would just go see a movie because it's an easy thing to do with him. And we went and saw that because we all like Scary Movie, right? So we're like, oh, another parody film. And he's seen most of the teen movies with us, so we're like, it's cool. First scene in this movie is a girl fucking using a dildo that's waving around in the air. And I'm sitting next to my dad going, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Nothing like a good, awkward sex scene with your parent.
Right. Not even sex scene, dildo scene with priests and kids coming in, and then the dildo flies into the cake and pops.
I love
that movie so much.
That I do remember that from that film, and that was.
That movie is bad, but it's good. It's really bad. It's not a good movie, but.
Well, I mean, it's a parody movie,
it makes me laugh.
It's not supposed to be like Oscar worthy.
All right, so we shared number 5. So what's your number 4?
My number 4, I'm gonna go with Bride Wars.
I never saw it. I didn't want to see it. I saw the trailer. I was like, nope.
I saw bits and pieces like a long fucking time ago. You know, like when you're scrolling through cable and you're just like, oh, okay, you know, I'll just like you have something on for background noise. I think it was on like TBS or something. I was watching something like before that. I can't remember what show I was watching, but that fucking movie must have come on, and I saw like bits and pieces of it, and I was like, why would anybody do these things? Okay, like, it's just not, and it's not funny, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's stuff nobody would do, but it's not situations that are funny. Like, that's not funny, like, fighting for wedding venues and then having, you know, like, both of your wedding on the same day in the same place. How is that funny? How is that enjoyable? Like, that's just fucking weird.
Just punch a bitch and move on. Like,
find a different fucking venue. Like, it's... Or don't get married.
I love Kate Hudson. I don't like her in rom-coms. Like, I like The Skeleton Key.
Oh, she was great in
that. Love The Skeleton Key. Do not like her in rom-coms. And my number 4 is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Also a Kate Hudson movie.
All right. Tell me why.
Because How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, I think the title says enough. But it's the gaslighting for me. Because what it is it's her and Matthew McConaughey, and they both decided, for some reason I can't remember, I think she's writing an article and he's trying to prove a point to his friends, I don't know, that they can get each other to break up with, like, she wants to find a guy that she can annoy, and so she can write an article about how to get a guy to leave you, or what mistakes not to make so a guy won't go, like, I don't know, she writes for Cosmo or something. And then Matthew McConaughey's like, well, Like, I don't even remember the bet. Honestly, I don't remember the bet. I just know
I've
that
never
they're
seen
trying to get each other to break up with each other in 10 days. And so she does, like, all of this over-the-top stuff that women do according to movies that drive men away, and he's acting like an ass, and somehow in between all of that they actually have feelings for each other.
Gross. That sounds like Toxic Town to me.
Toxic Gaslighting is what that movie should have been called.
One-way ticket to Toxic Town, y'all.
Toxic Gaslighting. I hated it so much. Obviously, I can't even remember the plot, really. Like, I've seen this movie. I think I saw it with my mom, but no, it's gone. Like, I can't.
I also really hate, I just hate columns like that, like in Cosmo or whatever. Because it's like, obviously, like, this isn't going to apply. Right, it's like, this isn't going to apply to every single fucking situation. And everything's so broad and
tell me why when it's Cosmo and those lists are in there, like, every single one of the options is like, why don't you lick his taint? Like, are you kidding me? Have you read those articles?
I know what one you're
I used to read. My roommate and we had a subscription to it in college, and so we would read Cosmo every month when it came. And yeah, every column that was like, how to keep your man, it was like, have you tried licking between his balls and asshole? Like, are you kidding me?
Relationship saved.
Right? Yeah. Thanks, Cosmo. I'm just saying.
So, have you tried licking his taint? Mother of God!
And I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hate that shit, and so that's why like a film based on that premise is just weird, and it's already a turn off.
And if you're being the worst possible versions of yourselves, why are you falling in love? Like,
you have to know that's toxic for both of you. Like, you have to be self-aware, you know?
That movie's so dumb. Like, I hated it so much.
It's so dumb.
Okay.
Alright, are we on number...
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
Okay, alright, number 3. Fucking this weird-ass movie called Good Luck Chuck.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that at the Dollar Theater with a friend, and we snuck in alcohol and just got drunk as fuck at the Dollar Theater watching Good Luck Chuck. So I don't remember it being a bad movie, but I was drunk off my ass, so I don't remember the movie at all, really.
That sounds awesome. I want to do that.
I miss the Dollar Theater.
Me too. Guys, like, that was where it was at. Yep. Like, I'm telling you right fucking now.
Yep.
No, this movie's just again, it's weird, you know, some weird universal manifestation magic. All this guy is like, oh, I'm a good luck charm, and apparently, like, if you slept with him, like,
the next guy you got was your husband.
Or like your true love or whatever the fuck. And I just hate that, because now that paints that poor man into, you know, only somebody who's...
I mean, it's Dane Cook.
Okay. Okay.
Poor man.
Fair.
Fuck Dane Cook.
I'm saying, like, in the character. Fuck Dane Cook.
What was it,
like,
Super Finger he used to do? Or is like... I can't even do it. It's like Super Finger.
Oh, I have no fucking idea.
I used to... In college, everybody was into Dane Cook, so I saw a lot of Dane Cook stand-up, and I didn't mind it, but he's kind of a douchebag, so... Who only dates really young girls.
That's not right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
Plus he's a bad actor.
But he's not great. He really is not that great. I was more just referring to, like, you know, the character itself.
No, I get it.
Actually fucking Dane Cook.
No, I get it, but just, I wanted to include fuck Dane Cook.
Hey, valid. I agree wholeheartedly. But no, it kind of, like, paints this dude into just, like, oh, like, really the only thing you're good for is, you know, helping people find, you know, their true love.
Right.
That's not you. And that's fucking hurtful. And that's shitty, you know.
Aren't there penguins in that movie? Doesn't she work, Jessica Alba? Doesn't she work with penguins?
She works at a zoo.
I just remember there being penguins. Again, drunk in the theater, but I remember there being penguins.
No, I think so. No, I think she, like, worked in, like, a zoo or something, or, like, some sort of aquarium. I don't fucking know.
I just remember there being penguins. That's all I remember about that movie. There were penguins.
God Gotta love a good penguin.
Right.
Anyway, fuck that movie. It was weird. I don't like it.
No, I'm with you. That's a weird sleep with me and meet your future husband. Like, no.
It's just weird. It's a weird concept. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
gross.
All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3, 50 First Dates.
Okay. I like that, actually.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that movie existed until
Honestly, any rom-com with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler that isn't The Wedding Planner can go straight to hell. Like,
oh.
or
Wait,
The Wedding Singer. The Wedding Singer.
I was like, wait,
not
no.
The Wedding Planner.
Yep.
The Wedding Singer. Because fuck The Wedding Planner. But Wedding Singer. But yeah, every other movie that they're like a rom-com couple in, I hate. I fucking hate. I don't like it. And 50 First Dates creeps me out because of the ending where they get together and like she has to start every day watching a video about what her life is and she's got kids now and it's like this poor woman has amnesia or whatever. Like every day she wakes up not remembering anything. And
right.
Like I don't know. It's just that whole movie. I can't even explain the plot. Like I don't.
Especially if she would have kids, so like she would wake up every fucking day
pregnant and freaked out.
How does that work?
Like I get it. Like it's a problem she has, and it doesn't mean she doesn't deserve love or whatever. But like, it's a weird thing to do for a rom-com. Like I don't see how the happy ending works. And
I don't really
it makes me
either.
uncomfortable. I think that movie just makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, this poor woman doesn't remember, like...
Imagine, like, you know, how much, like, emotional, like, how much emotion, I guess, like, I don't...
Right.
Like,
It's
you would have
a lot
to
of
feel
work for
every
him,
day.
too. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work for him, too, because now he's got to every day convince her, yeah, you do love me. Like, I don't know. The whole movie just... it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it.
It's weird.
I don't like it.
It's a weird concept. I agree. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
number 2 already?
Yeah.
All right. This really fucking weird movie called All About Steve. Do y'all remember that weird fucking
I've
blip?
seen that. I don't remember a thing about it, but I know I've seen it.
I've seen it, and I don't know how or when I saw it, but I did watch it, and, okay, that's all I have to say. Okay.
I can't help you. I don't remember a thing about it.
It's just fucking weird. Again, painting this woman into, you know, I mean, not really painting, like, she was, like, this, you know, psychotic, obsessive, you know, person, and, like, I don't understand how that can be funny, because it's not. Again, you know, in, like, a horror movie sense, like, oh, cool, fun, thriller, but, like,
Right.
in a rom-com, that's just weird and gross to me.
Right.
You know, like, that's not...
It's like You,
No.
that show You, where everyone's like, we want to be
Yes.
like, Joe and what's-her-face, the 2 serial killers. And I'm like, guys, this goes right back to, wanting to be Tiffany and Chucky and wanting to be Harley and Choker. Like, those aren't couple goals.
Stop striving for toxic
Right.
relationships. Like, you know, stop using toxic relationships.
my point
as,
is
idols.
You isn't a romantic comedy, so the stalking and everything works there. Like...
Because it's creepy.
Because it's creepy and it's supposed to be creepy.
Right.
Like,
it's creepy, it's toxic, it's dangerous, you know, so it fits in horror and thriller.
When you turn a
genres.
stalker into a romantic comedy, like, say anything. It's not cute that he's standing outside her window with a boombox.
No.
It's not. It's not cute.
It's fucking annoying. Get off my lawn.
I'd have thrown a rock at him. Like, no.
I'd have called the cops.
Right, what are you doing? Get out of here, you freak.
But yeah, no, I just really, it obviously, in my opinion, doesn't fit here, you know, I mean, I really just, again, it's kind of enforcing that narrative of, like, oh, you know, like, women, you know, can be, you know, like, in relationships, you know, because that's typically the stereotype for some women, where, you know, like, freaking out after breakups, and being psychotic after breakups, you know, I mean, like, unfortunately, that narrative has been played in movies over and over and over, and it's not, like I said, in a rom-com situation, I don't want to fucking see it there.
Right. Not everyone eats a tub of ice cream when they get broken up with either. Just
Yeah, exactly.
FYI.
Yep. Why? So I'd just much rather see that premise in, like, a horror thriller film, like Fatal Attraction, for example. I would much rather see that obsessive psychotic bullshit in a horror movie like that.
That's where that
You know?
belongs.
And I agree. That is where that fucking belongs. Like,
You
Fatal
keep it
Attraction. Fatal Attraction is awesome. It's a great movie, and they use that premise perfectly.
Yep.
So, but rom-coms, it doesn't belong there. Sorry.
Stalking is not cute, guys.
No.
Not cute. Alright, so my number 2 is I picked Wedding Planner, but really it's any Jennifer Lopez movie. A
Agreed.
rom-com. She's done some other stuff that's okay-ish, but I hate every single rom-com she's in. Made in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. But, my problem with Wedding Planner is, like, dude, you're planning the guy's wedding! Are you kidding me?
Right.
I don't care if he starts to have feelings for you. That's red flag.
That's really
if the
weird.
groom that you're planning a wedding for is suddenly like, maybe I don't like my wife, maybe I like my wedding planner. Red flag. That's the whole movie.
And I'm sorry.
That's the whole movie.
But like a situation like that is all sorts of loaded. Like, I mean, it's okay, fine. You know, you start developing, feelings for this wedding planner. Okay, well now you need to reevaluate why you're getting married in the first place. Why or how did you propose? What the relationship is. Like, that's something that you need to like actually like step back and be like, we can't do any of this anymore. And those are big feelings and big life changes.
Yep.
So, like I said, that's fine. That's fine if feelings like that happen. And maybe he thinks, like, oh, here's what I was missing.
Here's my problem is I think in that movie, and please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I saw it once and that was far more than enough. But I think, like, he doesn't even really like his wife or wife-to-be to begin with. Like, he shouldn't have been marrying her to begin with.
No, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
And that goes back to, I think the wedding planner was trying to riff off of My Best Friend's Wedding. But did it even worse, because at least that was just, they were best friends, they had a history. Bitch just met Matthew McConaughey in this movie, and he's ready to toss his, fiance for her.
Yeah, especially, like
I don't like My Best Friend's Wedding either. Rupert Everett is amazing in that movie, but I don't like My Best Friend's Wedding. I don't like Julia Roberts. She's with Jennifer Lopez there. They can both. Pretty Woman rocks up.
I do like Pretty Woman.
Right.
That's a good rom-com. I do have to say, it's like probably one of the only rom-coms that I can stomach. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, we'll see when I get to my list, and maybe you would like the ones that I like.
Oh,
maybe you
okay.
would like.
All right.
You don't know.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Here we fucking go. I don't know why I hate this movie so much. Maybe I was going through like a weird time in that life and I associated. I really don't know why the fuck I hated it. But Failure to Launch.
Is Matthew McConaughey in that too?
Yes.
So that's 3 movies now between our list that Matthew McConaughey is on. So we don't like him in romantic comedies either, apparently. We're picking on the ladies, but okay, Matthew McConaughey also sucks in romantic comedies.
I don't like him. But no, this it was fucking stupid. Like, she's traumatized. From a relationship that she had with a dude where he lived with his parents, not growing up or whatever. And then, she meets a guy who lives with his parents and is devastated by, like, I think his, like, ex had died. I think that was kind of the,
I never saw it.
I saw it, like, once, and I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it's like, girl, you're jumping into, like, the exact literal fucking situation.
Recognize patterns and break them.
Right, I mean, and it's different, obviously, it's different from the guy she meets, because, like, his ex died.
Right, he's got a reason, but still.
But, like...
Maybe date him once he's back out on his own.
Right, like, don't develop things yet, and just say, hey, get your shit together, and especially just, like, with, like, your emotions, where you are mentally, like, not all of a sudden you're falling in love, like, shortly after your fucking, the ex died, like, that's...
I feel like in the trailer, didn't the parents also, they wanted him out, like, and so they hired her or something to, like, date him to get him out?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I feel like I remember that from the trailer, like, his parents, like, pick her because they want him out of the house or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie altogether.
All I know is that there was, like, a lot of shit in that movie where it was, like... I don't know, it was just, like, stupid fucking dialogue and just, stupid shit, like, like, my family, likes this stuff, but I don't like this stuff. I feel like an alien. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up. A, stop comparing yourself, and B, like, just, what are you even saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, find your own beat to life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, so, you know, your family doesn't like the things you like. Okay, big deal. That happens every day, and there's a lot of people out there like that, you know, and I'm not trying to invalidate that feeling or anything, but, like, it was just stupid stuff. Not necessarily like, oh, these are my interests, and my family just doesn't, you know, like, intense interests, or, like, you know, it was like, oh, well, they all love playing tennis, and I don't. Okay.
Whatever.
Like, it's bland.
Yeah.
That's, like, the word that comes to mind is just bland.
Alright, so, my number one I'm hitting big. And it's a movie that I actually do kind of like, but it's not a good rom-com. And that is, I have to look because I'm sorry, my head is all over the place.
It's okay.
Love Actually.
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
yeah.
like, I kind of like that one. But if you really watch it, none of those like, there's two good stories that have feel-good endings. The others are all kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you've got Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson, who he's trying to, like, cheat on her with his secretary. Maybe he doesn't, but he does get her the necklace, and so the wife knows now that he's buying presents for some other woman. Like, that's how they leave it. There's no happy ending there. They leave it with, she knows that he bought a necklace for someone else and bought her a Joni Mitchell CD. That's how they leave that. Then you've got the girl who's taking care of her mentally ill brother, and she's way into this guy in the office. He's clearly into her. They finally go out, and she has to, like, stop basically having sex with him to talk to her brother because her brother would have been fine. Like, you know, she's got this thing where she has to answer the phone for him. She's got it. And that's how they leave that. She's with her brother, and she doesn't get to find love at all. So, and then you've got Hugh Grant, who likes this girl that everybody calls chubby, and so he starts calling her chubby. That girl's not chubby. Then, it
sounds awful.
There's their power play here because he's the fucking prime minister, and it's like, basically you're rooting for Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky because he's the fucking prime minister, and she's a secretary or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got the guy who is in love with Keira Knightley, who his best friend just fucking married, goes to her door, gets a kiss from her. Like, are you kidding me? That's not a happy ending. That's that stalker shit we were just talking about. You don't show up to people's houses, especially when they're married to your best friend, and fucking confess your love to them. That's not okay. Like, are you kidding me? All of this in one movie. Like, the only good story is the one with Liam Neeson and his kid who's in love with the little girl, and so he learns the drums so that he can be impressed and then runs to her at the airport. Yeah. That's, like, the only feel-good story in the whole thing.
I am so lost. I've never actually seen that movie.
It's a bunch of different stories.
Where I know that. I know that premise. And I've seen, like, again, like, just a couple of, like, bits and pieces of it, but I did hear that it was, like, you know,
it's a
weird
mess, you guys.
Yeah, and I'm lost.
They're like, one of the things is love is actually all around, and I'm like, where? Fucking where?
Yeah, no.
The kid and his little crush are the only ones that kind of work out, and again, not even really because she's moving back to America or whatever. So, like,
I'm lost, and honestly, I don't really have anything to add to that. That just sounds like fucking horseshit, and I would like
I kind
to
of
see
love
somebody...
it though. Like, it's such a mess. I do kind of love that. Like, love Actually. Like, it's such a mess. I have seen, that's the one on my list I've seen more than once. I've seen it probably every Christmas because it's everywhere every Christmas. But yeah, it's not the feel good movie people think it is if you really think about it.
Beautifully awful.
Oh
I can't
my
fucking
god.
do it.
All right, so on that note, I do want to talk about, I call them my guilty pleasures in the genre. These are movies that I do actually really like that are rom-coms. And the first one is Simply Irresistible, which if you haven't seen that stars Sean Patrick Flannery and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she's a cook or a chef that like is able to make magic happen in her food, and it influences the way people feel and stuff. That one, I really do like that one. I think it's a good concept.
I've never
I like all
heard
the
of it.
people in it. I like it. And then Pretty Woman, of course, we both said we like Pretty Woman.
I can stomach that one, yep.
Going the Distance is fucking hilarious. That one stars Drew Barrymore and Justin Long. And I died. It is fucking hilarious, that one. The Wedding Singer, classic.
That one's funny.
Like, classic.
That one's funny,
yeah.
I'll admit.
And then the last one is Sweet Home Alabama. I don't know why, but I do. I really like that one.
I've seen bits and pieces and from what I have seen, it was very funny.
It's funny, it's cute.
I just haven't seen the whole thing.
I think I just love Reese Witherspoon is what it comes down to. But yeah, so that's just to show, look, I don't hate all rom-coms. There are some, but I think they've got to do something a little different or something a little more exciting to get me to actually like it. You got to change up the formula a little bit, you know?
I agree.
Magic food? Yeah, okay, I'm into that.
Like, that's kind of it's an interesting story. Like, I'd probably watch something like that.
I've got it on DVD.
There you go. No, I hate 99% of rom-coms.
For reals.
There's, like I mentioned before, like, there's a couple that I can stomach, like, Wedding Singer, what were we just talking about? Pretty Woman. So, like, there's a couple that are okay, you know, but, I mean, I don't actively watch them, and
Right.
I will never actively watch them. I'm not gonna go to bed and be like, I'm gonna put on a rom-com and
Right.
I'll sleep at night. Like, no, I'd rather watch...
I watch The Office. Sleep at night.
Like, I'd rather watch, you know, like, some shitty-ass 70s slasher film. That's usually what I pick, so...
Right. Alright, so that's where we're at with rom-coms. You know,
Can't you tell we just love the mushy gushy?
Yeah, so next week we're gonna dive back into horror because we miss it.
Christ.
Like that's where we live. That's where we thrive.
Thank God I can't do this.
So next week we're going to do worst horror poster or box art. Because sometimes the posters aren't what's on the box, and sometimes the box isn't what's on the posters. So.
And there are different, like, re-releases,
and stuff like
anniversary releases, too.
Right.
And so we kind of opened that up to, like, whatever you vibed with, you know?
Whatever I didn't like.
Whatever you didn't vibe with.
Right.
So, you know, and I do have to say, like, there's a couple that I'm thinking of right now where, like, they're actually, like, they're like my favorite series, but I have something to say about some of the posters.
Yeah, a bad poster doesn't necessarily mean a bad movie. The same way a good poster doesn't mean a good movie, you know? So, we'll get into that next week, though.
We for sure will, thank God.
Horror!
Thank you.
Alright, guys, so remember to like and subscribe, make sure you click the bell, and leave us a comment if you agree with us or disagree. Let us know your thoughts on these rom-coms, or if you have an idea for a show for us to do, something that you think we could make a list of things we hate about,
Hell yeah.
Please let us know down in the comments.
Always open, for sure.
Alright, have a great night, great fight, everyone.
Bye.